I'm joined here now with Town of Wainwright Mayor Bruce Pugh. Now, you've received close to $375,000 from the Government of Canada and the Canada Community Revitalization Fund. But just what was your first reaction when you got the notice that you'd be receiving this funding?
It was, I don't want to say surprise, but of course there were elements of surprise in it, but also excitement and appreciation. Quite often when we apply for grants, more often than not, of course, the news comes back as no, please try again. But so to have been given, been successful in our endeavors to get this, and the amount, like it's wonderful. It's going to be really exciting to see the results of this grant, like once the work is done.
Now, this funding will be going towards your trail network expansion and new playground project, but could you just first give me some background into this project?
Quite often, so many of the grants that we apply for and do receive, fortunately, are things that we can't see. So it would be things for wastewater or municipal services that we don't often see the results of. We don't think of it when we open our tap or when our furnace kicks in, right? All the services that our municipality is able to offer to our residents. So these are tangible, noticeable, observable things that we'll be able to see and have a direct impact on what we feel is the quality of life in terms of our current residents, but also helping make our community attractive to others. A new playground for the children of our community will be constructed over in our new development on the east side of town. The Wallace Park Pond is something we've needed to do some work in that area for a while. It's a beautiful park, but due to the water table and things like that, we've got some plans to help make it more accessible. Walking trails, of course, with the pandemic, it's been hard in our facilities. So we've had more people utilizing our walking trails, and there's almost, it's over 1 kilometer of paving work that's going to be done to connect different parts of our town. So it will be noticeable, and I'm sure it will be appreciated immediately.
And speaking of that appreciation, what do you think is the biggest benefit of this being able to connect people more throughout the community with this new project?
Well, I think anytime you talk about connections, you also have to talk about relationships and the ability to connect more through those walking paths, or for parents to get together and play with their children on a new playground. I think it benefits the overall mental health of our communities. It gets us outside. It makes us feel better. Like, I don't think we really appreciate, especially in really cold weather, the beauty of the part of the world that we live in. And when we have facilities that draw us outside and make us feel comfortable and safe, not having to walk on a roadway, for example, it's an overall plus for that mental health benefit, and helps build a sense of community.
And when is the town hoping to start the construction? And I know it's kind of early, but complete the project.
It's going to be rolled out in phases, but we're looking to get started right away. It's things like, again, bike racks, solar crosswalks for safe passage of kids, and all residents, coming to and from places of work or from school. Those things will be noticeable in a very short term. Again, the beauty of it being it's $375,000 is we want to make sure that we spend the money appropriately. We're not in a rush to do it. There are timelines, of course, but we want to make sure that it's not a case of spending money because we have it. We want it to be purposeful and targeted, but the work is going to start right away. Wainwright was one of the few communities in East Central Alberta that actually saw an increase in population, and I think that speaks to the strength of our community. And it's not only attraction, it's retention. We want to make sure that people come to our community, they love it, they stay, they choose to raise their family here, and then the successive generation realizes that Wainwright has a future for them and their families as well. And something like this grant allows us to create, that environment, to create that atmosphere in which it's a wonderful place to to settle down, to work, to live, to raise our families, and to celebrate being a part of a great community.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Mayor Pugh.